Flynn asked Kislyak not to retaliate for Obama administration sanctions against Russia. The conversation, in which Flynn potentially interfered with Obama's foreign policy, was recorded by U.S. intelligence. So instead of closing the case, Strzok sat down to question Flynn.
The strangest thing happened. It was very clear that he wasn't telling the truth, and we repeatedly tried to get him to that by using and offering phrases, the exact things he had said with the ambassador in the conversations.
As a former head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, Flynn knew his conversations with the Russian ambassador would be monitored.
So it's the damnedest thing. He knew you knew, but he's still denying it.
I can't explain it.
No handcuffs for Michael Flynn. He surrendered and walked into the federal courthouse in Washington to plead guilty to a single charge, lying to the FBI. The detail in the guilty plea shows he's already cooperating with Mueller's prosecutors, and there's a big incentive for him to keep talking.
He's looking at 5 years in jail if he's not completely truthful and cooperative.
And I took some orders that seemed a little fishy in 2015, 2016. Last summer, watching television, I figured out the name of who sent me the orders, and this has all now been confirmed to me. The name of the man who sent me the orders was a guy named Peter Strzok.
Oh,
Does that mean anything? Got it? Capiche?
Yeah.
There was political espionage conducted against Hillary Clinton, Mark Rubio, Cruz, and Donald Trump. And this isn't a theory of mine. This is some political position. I was in the room when it happened. I was part of it. I thought I was doing law enforcement. Sorry.
Sidney and Mike are in the next. I'm in a suite. They're in my living room, so we don't want to stay too long because they're waiting for me to finish.
And educate our listeners about the meeting that General Flynn, Sidney Powell, and yourself had with the president in the Oval Office this past Friday, December 18th.
I will do so, and I want to remind people it is bad etiquette. You're not supposed to go in the White House, and what happens in the White House stays in the White House. You're not supposed. However, 12 hours after we walked out, another participant in the meeting leaked the contents of the meeting and lied about it.
You have Sidney Powell, a lawyer. You have Michael Flynn, former national security advisor. You have Patrick Byrne, the former head of Overstock.com. But they gain access to the president. They present him with lies that have already been debunked and try to push him, in effect, to use the military to overturn the results of the election.
The cast of characters that you just described. And they were pushing the president to use the U.S. military to go around the country seizing Dominion voting machines. They were pushing to invoke the National Emergencies Act and use a 2018 executive order to try and overturn a free and fair election. And the meeting got so heated, it almost actually ended up in a physical fight.
At one point, Flynn and I were on our feet together, shoulder to shoulder, facing these three lawyers. If they had been one, I had already programmed myself. If that guy puts his face 1 inch closer towards me, I'm going to bitch slap this guy.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one